The Big Talker, KIUL. Good morning, Southwest Kansas. It's Mid-America in the Morning. This hour is driven by Western Motor. ShopWesternMotor.com. ShopWesternMotor.com. Let's talk with Western Motor. Let's talk with Arlan Grim, who is the GM Master Certified Technician at Western Motor. Arlan, my friend, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
It's a good day because it's not yesterday. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yesterday was a bit of a day. That's for sure. So, how long? First of all, let's start here. How long have you been at Western Motor?
I've been at Western Motors for almost 25 years.
Wow, that's a long time. That's a really long time. And what was it about being a technician, becoming a certified tech, and now a master certified tech? What was it about cars and working on cars and working on vehicles that you enjoy so much that kind of led you down this path?
I have been working on cars since I was 5 or 6 years old. My dad owned a car lot and a salvage yard, and I just grew up around him and worked on from then on. And I enjoy taking something and fixing it. I always have. So just kind of led me down this path.
How long have you been working on cars? How long has that been something that you've been doing? How long?
I literally started when I was 5 or 6, so
seriously, wow.
45 years.
Awesome. That's great. That's really, really great. So like, did you just on the kind of at home and stuff with your mom and dad, with your parents, just was tinkering around?
Oh, to some degree.
Yeah.
Like I said, my dad owned a car lot here in town.
Yeah.
And I'd go down there, and he'd have me go out in the car lot and change belts or starters.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or do minor stuff, and he'd have to help me on a lot of it. But but it got me going on it. And then if I wasn't doing cars, I'd find old lawnmowers and fix them and try to get them running. And
sounds like sounds like my uncle's house. My uncle taught diesel tech engineering at a community college back in Illinois, one of the top programs in the country, and that's what they do for fun. They rebuild engines. He rebuilt a 1932 John Deere A tractor from the ground up. Rebuilt the engine, rebuilt everything, the whole enchilada. And now he's working on a 67 T-Bird. Now he's working on a 67 T-Bird right now. This is a nice little.
I restored a 67 Galaxy here a few years back for my dad.
Awesome.
He'd owned since I was 4 or 5.
And do you like doing that, kind of restoring cars kind of in your free time a little bit, just kind of working on some of those old classics?
Oh, yeah, I enjoy it. The problem is when you do it all week long, sometimes you get a little tired.
Yeah, I would imagine. I would imagine so. So, okay, all right. So let's talk about auto mechanics when you started compared to now. It's changed significantly. I think that's obvious. But how has it changed over the years, over the 33 years you've been a certified tech?
When I got into it, fuel injection was just basically coming out and getting more popular. They've just updated these cars unbelievable to where the computer systems on them now are just super fast and super complicated. So it can be a saving grace sometimes with the computer systems because it can kind of give you more direction, and then sometimes it can cause you a lot of headaches.
Well, like the headaches, this little chip issue has been causing car dealers across the country. Just these.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to get cars in if they can't produce them.
Exactly right. So, how have things changed from, and what have you had to learn compared to what mechanics have to learn now as they're just getting started? So I guess the best way to ask it is, what are some of the different skills that mechanics have to learn now that they didn't have to learn all those many years ago?
Well, one thing for sure is having a good knowledge base of how computers work. Even, your typical laptops, we have to deal so much with plugging computers into these cars to diagnose them now. and the more familiar you are with computer systems, it does help you with electrical.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it's just like your computer gets bugs, cars get bugs too. So that definitely helps them. Where I had to learn from the ground up, they come in with already computer-based knowledge. Most of these younger people now. So there's a lot of times I have to ask them for help on if it's something to do with computers, send it into the manufacturer to say, hey, what's going on here? Because none of the data is coming through, or they can kind of help me out more than I can help them on some of that stuff, to be honest with you. So one thing we lack anymore is a lot of the automotive programs in high schools have kind of cut that budget out, which is sad because there's a lot of people out there that really don't know how to do anything to their car anymore. That was just more common when I was younger, you know. It's just not as common anymore. So it takes a special personality to get into this field, to where you have to enjoy that challenge and enjoy learning something basically from the inside out and outside in. You know, it's just, you got to be that particular frame of mind to where you want to see how it works and figure out how to put it back together correctly. Yeah. And so,
is it basically daily that you're learning something new with all these new cars?
Yeah, for the most part it is. I mean, even though I've been in it for so many years, there's stuff all the time that I have to relearn because they change stuff constantly from year to year.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Just and from looking at it from the outside, that's obvious. And then with all the movement now to electric, and obviously as we've talked about before, electric will take some time to get out here. Electric vehicles, fully electric vehicles, will take some time to get out here. But that's going to be a whole nother thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's going to probably be a nightmare in its own self.
Yeah.
We've already dealt with electric vehicles for a few years now. I mean, but not on a regular basis, to where you see them every day, and I'm sure that is coming. Just have to learn it as it comes out. I mean, there's a lot of stuff there's just a lot different technology that comes from an electric vehicle compared to a gasoline-powered or diesel-powered vehicle.
Yeah. So, okay, a car comes in that's a newer model that you haven't worked a lot on, and it's an issue you haven't seen before, which I'm sure doesn't happen a lot. But as you said, you learn new stuff about every day. How do you handle stuff like that where there are some questions about, okay, This is a new one. How do you deal with that?
Well, each thing is kind of different. You have to go into it differently. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times, if you've never seen it and you really don't know what's going on, first thing you need to do is read, and that's something that a lot of people don't realize how much as a technician we have to read. We are constantly getting into the books or getting on the computer system now, of course, and just reading how it functions, how it's designed, looking at wiring schematics or hydraulic schematics. And first thing you got to do is understand what you're working on. So if you don't understand it, it makes it really hard. So, you know, a lot of reading, a lot of research, just to get your mind to where you understand what's going on with the vehicle.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the automotive program at Garden City Community College. It's really, really a wonderful program. A few alums that currently work at Western Motor, including a soon-to-be new alum in Cesar Gutierrez, and he's getting ready to finish up the program. Finishing some on-the-job training from guys like you. So let's talk about how the veteran techs, how you and the other veterans kind of work with the younger guys and help kind of train up the younger guys, because like these programs, like we've talked about a little bit previously, the program at the community college is critical for you guys, isn't it?
It definitely helps out because it gives them a general basis of the automotive industry. It does teach them some diagnostic skills and stuff like that. As far as when they come into the dealership, you've got to spend a lot of time with them. They've got the basics. You need to teach them teach them more in-depth procedures, and it's just an ongoing deal when you're training somebody. It's not an overnight deal. It takes quite a while to get them up to where they're out on their own, basically. And then once in a while you'll have those guys, and Caesar's really sharp kid. He reads a lot. He does a lot of research on his own. And he asks the right questions. He understands what questions to ask. That always helps. You know?
Mm-hmm. So, okay. All right. So like baseball's back. I'm a huge baseball fanatic. I'm a baseball fanatic. I love baseball so much. So if you were a baseball scout, or you were just a scout out there looking for potential automotive mechanics or service techs, what are you looking for? What specifics are you looking for?
Well, you want to have somebody that is interested in the field, that really wants to go into it, because like I said, this is a hard field. This is a hard job a lot of days. So they've got to be able to be resourceful, I guess would be a word, to where they have the drive to go out there and learn stuff, and so you're really looking for somebody that just mainly has the motivation to do it.
Okay.
I mean, the skill level comes with time, or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, then they'll learn pretty quick that this isn't the field for them. But yeah, you look for somebody that has the drive, that doesn't think it's a weekend hobby, because this isn't your typical weekend hobby. This is a job, and we all like to do things on our hobbies that are just fun for a few hours. And when you get in here, you definitely got to have a different personality to do it every day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's talk now about the featured vehicle this week. What's the featured vehicle this week?
Well, this week's featured vehicle is a 2012 GMC Sierra 2500 HD SLE truck. This truck is mocha steel metallic on the outside, and it has cashmere interior on the inside with about 101,000 miles. So you can check it out at shopwesternmotors.com.
Again, check that out, shopwesternmotor.com. A 2012 GMC Sierra 2500 heavy-duty SLE with four-wheel drive, 101,000 miles, shopwesternmotor.com. So, and any issue, whether you have a flat tire like I do sitting at home right now, the wife ran over a screw. And, yeah. It's patchable, thankfully. Thankfully, it's patchable, but just, yeah. So I need to come down and see you guys. I need to get down there. I need to get down there and see you guys and get that sucker patched up. But whether you have a flat tire, or you have some serious issues, or you just need an oil change, Western Motors is a place to go, isn't it?
Yeah, we can sure take care of all your needs. We're pretty much from the bottom of the vehicle to the top. So, like you said, if it's a flat tire or needing tires or alignment service work, or, whatever your needs might be, just give us a call, and we will sure do our best to take care of you.
So give them a call at 271-7840, or you can go to westernmotor.com to schedule your next service with them. Arlan, thanks so much for the time, buddy. Really appreciate it.
All right, you have a great day.
You too. It's Mid-America in the Morning, the Big Talker, KIUL. My name is Bill Bernardoni. What a wonderful conversation there with Arlan.